Moon in Aquarius, it gets real windy. Alright. So, I'm gonna begin this. So what we have here is we got Moon, Full Moon in Aquarius. We also got the Sun in Leo. These two fucking energies. 180 opposition, right? So what do you get from this? So what are we benefiting from this full moon? First, you got to see what we manifested from the new moon. See if it has gone through fruition, fruition, fruits of labor, something that we reap and sow, right? The ideas of the emotions in the mind that we put into this new moon creates new opportunities for us when we manifest these things. When we manifest these things, it's not exactly what we imagine it to be. If you're just new to manifestation, something that we have to obtain has to come with frustration and some labor. Physical labor, emotional labor, or some etheric labor. Etherically meaning something from the astrals, aka the yin realm, aka your dreams. Something that we had to accomplish. It's like kind of a mission that we had to complete for ourselves. Really had to endure through these hardships to really learn. But the biggest piece of it all is that we don't realize is that most of the things that we want to obtain, get the result from, isn't something that we should be satisfied about, but the journey of getting through that. Because within those situations that you occur at to get those manifestations is a frustration of you investing your emotional energy, your physical energy, and your spiritual energy inside of it. And really, you could really apply those hardships to everything you do when other scenarios come by. Because it's truly experience overall, the totality of it, the circle. The Ouroboros of life and death. Transformation is imminent, regardless if you don't like it or not. So, before I get into the full moon reading, I really want to get to recognize these 7 Hermetic laws. This is for a case of study to really know how to correspond with the universe, aka the laws of the universe, if you had to make it really short, right? So, this is from the book of Kybalion. This is just the short definition of it. And we're going to go along with these 7 rules. And you can use this as a form of knowledge for anything you do and everything you study at. Even if you're diving into esoteric knowledge and you don't understand it, correlate to something and make the sense out of it yourself. We're going to talk about law number 1, mentalism. The all is mind, the universe is mental. All is one. All is one, not in this realm, but all is one as we call God, the absolute, the unseen from the universe itself and the solar system that we're at. There's something hitting from a light ray above that comes from the ethers. And it downloads from the information filtered through the universe, or as we call it, the fixed stars. And it comes to us to the solar system, and then to us as beings of hues. Right? Okay. So number 2, correspondence. As above, so below. As below, so above. The spectrum of in and out. Above, the 9, and the 10 of descension. right? Which is just the one. We have an ascension and a descension process. You know, we got to take those two polarities and really have to shake within these features of ourselves as spirits until we get to the point of knowing more and doing more and just doing it, and it builds confidence within ourselves, right? That's for short. Law number 3, we got vibration. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. Exactly what I was saying by polarity. We live in a universe where it resorts on energy, frequency, and vibration. Everything that we do is eating, shitting, fucking brushing your teeth, wake up in the fucking morning, energy, vibration, and frequency. There's no particular order to that. It just happens. Law number four, okay? Polarity. Everything is dual, has poles, everything has a pair of opposites, identical but different, but a different degree. All truths are half-truths. So, everything that you read and ingest in life is not something that you take in particularly. Much as people that are in religion, they take in fully, to the full extent. Dogma. You know? Dogma. Think of the word dogma. What is that? Pretty much being a subservient being under a rulership of what? Of a typical God that they're not really fond of not even questioning. Because they put them in the paradigm of hell. And there's a paradigm of heaven. But those fucking polarities are pretty much the same because they're already trapped in that magic square of a box. And what does a box represent? 4 triangles. 4 triangles of fire, which is the above. And you got water, which is like pretty much the second. Third is pretty much air, the mental. And we got earth, which is pretty much the ground basis of the body, the physicality, and pretty much like just the material world, right? Number 5, we got gender. Gender is everything. Masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes. Exactly. Where we have the male body and the feminine body here, the male body still has the female part of himself from that. They need to receive that from the female. The female has the masculine part too, but internally. But they need help from the males as well. It's the yin and yang, pretty much, to assist to each other in this universe. Or as we call it right now, in this plane, this dimension. Number 6, rhythm. Everything flows in and out. Everything has tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swings, manifests everything. Right? So this goes along with the rule of vibration. But this rhythm is pretty much just frequency. This frequency pretty much just goes in and out. Go in and out. We tap in, much like we're sleeping. We tap in the yin realm, and in the reality, we tap in the yang realm. The yin realm is so powerful that if we create worlds in there, it can manifest outwards. Right? The male and the feminine, the female. 7, this is the last law. Cause and effect. Every cause has an effect. Every effect has a cause. Change is but a name for a law, but not recognized. There are many planes of causation, but nothing escapes the law. And pretty much what they're mentioning about the law is pretty much the effect of it. So much as the world today creates a lot of magic squares within magic squares of a magic square, because there's social engineering, blocks, houses, everything's just shaped like a square. And much as these magic squares, they also are the component and keys to make these sigils, like the McDonald's, the fucking Oreo, the Oreo symbol on the Oreo. If you look that up, Oreo symbol, shit's powerful as fuck. Like, it's crazy how you just ingest that Oreo, right? The yin and yang, black and white. And then it just manifests itself in the plane. No matter the intention is good or not. But, that's human shit. Good and bad. But it matters of what we do and what paths we take. Because magic itself is magic with the K. Magic itself is very dangerous. It's a very dangerous knowledge for others that access to this information but don't know how to use it. They use it on some type of energy which is from the demiurge. That's why there's a lot of people that's summoning these demons, these daemons, and diving into the demiurge. And we could also correlate this to the lesser keys of Solomon. Solomon used this, but he knew how to use these demons, because these demons manifest from the darkest parts of the soul, the emotional side of it, And the more you gain experience with that darkest piece of yourself inside you, and it's just boiling up, it just carries within, it just fucks up the gates of water. Every gate you open, you might be opening the 10th gate of your fucking your life and gaining new experiences, but the intentions are much deeper and darker. But they might not notice it. These people might not notice it. Much like the shit that's going on right now. The beings in the higher place of this realm. And Baal worshipping. AKA Taurus. Taurus worshipping. Materialism. Building, structure, foundation. And it's fixed. It's fixed energy. So that's something for you guys to think about. But there's another thing that I want to go over as well. Is much that as we know about spirituality and going within and going without, is what are you going to do with it? What the fuck are you going to do with the energy? What are you going to do with this energy when you meditate and feel like your mind is flowing clearly? You clear the waters. You're going to go back to work, into the old magic square, do the same old shit again? Because it's really going to be you just taking a Brita filter every fucking day, pouring water inside of it, drinking it, pouring water inside of it, drinking it. But it's never truly going to be transmuted to something that's more powerful. Interestingly said, a lot of these powers that we do for ourselves is manifested through our creations. Our creations is pretty much a children of our spirit, a container of our collective thoughts that we receive. AKA, we call them downloads too. They could be downloads. Much as like, if you guys know that you guys incarnated here in the past, you could literally access through your Akashic records by just doing free write or just doing something without thought. Or without thinking, without the mind, without the Mercury. The Jupiter is tapped in by just doing automatic. Whether it looks ugly as shit, whether you're drawing, or it doesn't make no motherfucking sense when you're free write. That shit will get you somewhere. And it's up to you, because it's your creation, for you to decipher it. And then you'll gain a piece of something that you recognize, even though it don't make sense. But only you can access it, because it's part of you. It's your language. The world that you came in is put onto the paper in the physical without thinking. So that's just a quick PSA, especially for this Aquarius full moon. Man, yeah. Full moon Aquarius. Think about it. Aquarius is just the Teflon of just receiving downloads, and they're not human. You know, show love to your Aquariuses, man. Like, because those Aquarius suns, Aquarius moons, Aquarius risings, they go through some shit because no one really relates to them, and no one really relates to their imaginations and stuff like that. Like that Uranus energy and that Saturn finding structure of the ether, of the unknown, and then putting it here on Earth. And it's squaring with the fucking Earth energy. Like, it's crazy, man. It's truly a gift. It's truly a gift when they master that shit, because astrology itself is created by Aquarius too. Yeah. It's pretty much translating the language of something you can't see and then making it physical, making sense out of it. It's nuts. But yeah, this is something that we have inside us too. Look at your house. Look at a house where you have Aquarius in. If you don't have it in a house, because it's overlapping between two houses, it's going to be affecting within that area too if it doesn't hit that cusp. So that's just a little tip too. If you guys are interested in astrology, do a little reading for y'all. The night sky deck, usual deck that I'm using. All right. All right. So tapping into the full moon in Aquarius, right? Saturn, Uranus energy, and the moon. The moon deals with the emotions. The full moon illuminates the emotions of within and the subconscious, tapping into particular downloads that our spirit resonates from, and what you guys are assisting you on. Guys like archangels, angels, probably ancestors, maybe ascended masters too. All right, little son, help me out with this. All right. Wow, you got the 4 of clubs. Okay, 4 of clubs. 4 of clubs is representing the thoughts that we have, which is pretty much, Aquarius is like the air energy, the thoughts of within, construction of building a foundation, and also the Uranus energy that's in Taurus right now. You know, and a little quick reminder for you guys: Uranus is gonna be in retrograde in the 15th, so prepare for that as well. So with the 4 of club energy, it provides a square of learning, really just learning about what your gifts are, what you're expressing, where the sun is in Leo, moon is in Aquarius. So it's a lot of these ideas that comes from these downloads, but having a hard time to really express on those ideas that you're receiving, you know, making it physical. You know, this is a battle between the crown. You know, the crown is Saturn, and also you got the navel, the solar plexus, the emotions of within, the 5, right? So I'm gonna pull next card, a supporting card as well. I am gonna draw 3 cards for this reading. Okay. Bam. We got the King of Clubs. King of Clubs. What is the King of Clubs? As we know, king itself gives and the queen itself receives. Because it's a feminine energy, the king itself is a male energy, so it gives. It has to give, the yang. Giving out the hand, right? So this is pretty much giving out support. Giving out support on what? Your thoughts. Your thoughts and ideas. And structuring and grounding it. Taking those downloads and grounding that shit. But also, you're giving support to it. You're giving support to this shit. And there's two birds right next to me too. So, what does that represent? Man, they got blue tails as well. This is a symbol of communication. This is a symbol of communication. Communication within receiving your ideas with thoughts, also expressing it loud and clear to your local surroundings, because the North Node is in Gemini, but also through the net too, the internets, the interwebs, Instagram, YouTube. You know, I don't got no TikTok no more. Because for whatever fuck reason. But yeah, give me that grand support. So what is the third card, the last card that we have? All right. Bam. Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades, reflecting upon the self. Expression of the self, giving support to the self. Giving support to the self. But when you're giving support to the self, you're going to receive some frustration, energy of expressing your thoughts. And these are all clubs too, so it represents a square in astrology. So it's a frustration, but it turns into a gift when you start working at it. But what do you have though? You have it focused to yourself, the self. This full moon energy, when you focus all these energies to yourself, you're going to receive all those gifts in fruition. But within doing this for yourself, there's a spade, opposition. There's something like a tug of war. This tug of war is between how you feel emotionally about expressing those thoughts, those crazy thoughts that you have that is weird as fuck. Aquarius type mind thoughts. Because literally they're not that weird. Because everything in this life is just weird as fuck right now. It's twisted. It's twisted right now. So work with the energies of yourself. This is the third card too. Third card represents from the set that I'm doing, the pull that I'm doing right now. It's 1, 2, 3. 1, reflected to the self. The second card represent the value of the self, the duality, the relationship, the second house. Third card, local arena, pretty much communication. How do you facilitate upon communication of ideas? The logical, the lower mind, Mercury. Okay? I'm going to show you 4 clubs. King of clubs. Ace of spades. Alright? 1, 2, 3. And summary, the self, the 4 of clubs, thoughts that comes with frustration of really facilitating for yourself, bringing it down. My suggestion is to write this out, really keep a journal, as you guys already have, or even keep like a little notebook to write little like cliff notes and shit. You got King of clubs, my bad. Second, this is the second card. Building a relationship of what you're supporting on, following of your thoughts, clubs. because this is going to be a frustration too. But you're also given the opportunity to really facilitate those thoughts, build structure upon it, and build that genius within inside you. And you got the Ace of Spades, right? The third card, the surrounding. People are going to be subjected to be against you when you're trying to express yourself, but fuck them, you know? Because you're pretty much being your true self, being your own spirit, right? Being your own spirit. Being your own spirit when you facilitate your own thought, giving it grand support, and be your motherfucking self. But it's going to come with the opposition. But do not act within emotions. Do not let the sun in Leo give you that reaction. Learn how to respond. The Aquarius knows how to play chess. But sometimes they be far out of pocket. They be out of pocket sometimes. They be somewhere in their own world, you know. And sometimes they seclude themselves so much that when they come back, they think they're in the same conversation. And then when they mention to you about the conversation from like fucking 5 years ago, you're gonna be like, bro, you know what year it is? It's fucking 2020, dog. Like, that shit, we talked that shit in 2015, man. We was like chugging like Bud Lights and shit. We're just having a good time. And now you bring this shit. Like, you know, it's like a container, you know. But the Leo itself, the benefits of being a Leo is really expressing yourself for what you feel heartfully, and pretty much have this like really creative energy and becoming that leader. But it could come with like a side of narcissism, of being really self-centered, being center of the attention. I got the juice, you don't got the juice, because I am the shine. You can't steal my shine away from me, you know. You know, just a little roast on Leos, but you know, I love all y'all. But let's add these cards up. I just want to give a quick sum up on these cards. We got the 4, and then the King is 13, right? So that's 17, and then the Ace itself is a 1, and then we got 18. And then what is that? What does 18 add up to? Is singularity. We got the 9. Ascension. Ascension, motherfucker. Goddamn. We got ascension here. We got ascension over this shit. Yeah. It's crazy. 4, 13, 1. So we got the 5. And then, yeah. Not 18, 9. Yeah. Yeah, the 9, the ascension of within, man. This is the time, bro. It's always been the time, man. Where we incarnate right now is never a right or wrong time. But you see people lost in fucking social media be like, oh, I wish everything would become normal. Oh, it's so fucked up. I'm so depressed, but I like it be that way because I'm comfortable. Fuck all that. Be within your own spirit. Facilitate your thoughts in your mind, right? And then make something, a grounding foundation of it. I think 4 represents the Cancer too. But also has come within. You have to look within and then out. You got to receive and then give. All right. So that's just a reading for y'all. It kind of took longer than expected, but I have a little bonus. I'm gonna post this on my page. I do have a reading for you guys too. I've actually opened my business right now. If you guys want to book me for businesses and tarot reading. I do a different type of style. These are just the cards that I use because it correlates to constellation too. Sometimes I use the constellation for this, but I use tarot and oracle decks combined with the knowledge and information that I have, and really make it so grounded and easy to chop it up for you guys to understand. Because a lot of information out here, the old books, the esoteric books, they be talking about some shit. They be talking about some history. And I'm like, I don't need all that. I'm going to use this as a tool so I can manifest my own creation. You know? But yeah. So, yep. If you guys want to book me, follow my link tree. It's gonna say book me, and then I have options of 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 60 minutes, and I have so many topics to choose out of. Health, you got finance and careers, and we also got. It's not popping up right now. I don't know, but pretty much these are also little coaching sessions too. It's not just telling you, helping you, giving you advice and shit, but really just to help you guys out. And I just love to help, man. That's my thing. That's my life path, man. Scorpio North Node, man. I'm here to facilitate that darkest part of yourself and bring it to the light, so y'all could be the best versions of yourself in this world, in your highest spirit self. So I love y'all, soul family, and happy full moon.